Who is the most famous person in your family? My stepbrother was the guy who dove into the wedding cake in the November Rain video. My great-grandmother sister has a Wikipedia page. She was the last woman guillotined in France for killing her husband with an axe. https://fr.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/Germain_Aloy-Godefroy. My dad's great-uncle, Charlie Becker, was the mayor of Munchkinland in the original Wizard of Oz. He also doubled as a flying monkey. Grandpa's cousin performed first successful heart transplant. I'm third cousins to John Stamos. Former NY Mayor, David Dinkins' extended family, don't know him personally. The cook on the old Western show Rawhide. My aunt and uncle are super famous porn stars. I have to live my life knowing there is an insurance policy on my uncle's dick. My dad had his own TV show for a brief time back in the 80s. I share a great-great-grandparents with Haley Atwell of Peggy Carter fame, if that counts for shit. I have 2 Nobel Prize winners in my extended family, J.J. Thomson and George Paget Thomson. My great-great-great-uncle I believe was Tom Mix, who was an American film actor and the star of many early Western movies between 1909 and 1935. My granddad is a double Olympic bronze medalist for rowing. He has them displayed in a cabinet in his house. He's also one of the most humble and down-to-earth people I've ever met. Never brags or boasts about it. And never brings it up in conversations as a form of one-upping someone. If he does talk about it, it's because someone found out by some other means and has asked him about it. My grandfather played for the original Dallas Cowboys team and scored their second ever TD. He was also an All-American in college. My dad, he has been on the news a couple of times, still really cool to me. Drummer for Ozzy and Motley Crue, post Tommy Lee, Randy Castillo. Not famous in the traditional sense. But I have 4 uncles in my family who are world-renowned physicians. One has a patent that is used worldwide in cardiac surgery. Another just won India's second most prestigious award for Citizens' Distinguished Service from the President of India himself. Another is retired but used to be the personal physician to the Royal House of Bhutan. The last is one of the top orthopedic surgeons in the world. Pretty astounding achievements in their fields. Hip-hop artist Rob Bass of the famed It Takes Two and Joy and Pain songs. My dad and his band were pretty well known in the glam rock world before I was born. They sold out the London Apollo a few times. Now he does local bar gigs. Well, I will have you all know my mom has not only been a guest on the Ricki Lake Show and the Queen Latifah Show, but the Sally Jessy Raphael Show as well. The last one is the only one we have been able to find video evidence of. My mom is a full-on attention seeker and early 2000s daytime TV was her stage. She was also on a couple of court shows, but those storylines were for sure fake. She just wanted a free trip. My dog is quite well known in my town. Because he runs off every chance he gets. Or did before he was neutered. My father helped create a program to train police officers to de-escalate situations with persons with mental illness. I once read about him in one of my college textbooks. My autistic sister, who is the third best Paralympic skier in Sweden. My grandmother was the voice of Betty Rubble, and the Blue Bonnet Chicken in Foghorn Leghorn, and Little Red Riding Hood on Bugs Bunny, and Witchy Poo, and Tweety's grandma, along with other women who voiced her. And she was on I Love Lucy. And she had her own show called Petticoat Junction. And she was on Burns and Allen. And so many more. Oh, and my grandfather was Red Ryder on TV. My great-great-great-great whatever grandfather was part of Queen Victoria's staff, so probably that. We have the voice of Homer Simpson in our family. Dan Castellaneta. And my grandpa was the first person to import Nike in Africa. Not famous, but pretty cool. Third or fourth cousin is Richie Valens, aka the La Bamba guy. Stevie Wonder. My dad. He got fat-shamed on national TV. Peter S. Davis. https://m.imdb.com/name/nmo205287/ was my uncle. He was the producer of the movie Highlander, as well as all of the terrible